welcome back. It's 5:22, which means it's time to get our egg news. Let's check in with Bob Bosold over at Wax this morning. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. I gotta say, I took a drive yesterday. I had some things to do over farther west, but I went along the Mississippi River, and as spectacular as many parts of this country are, it's hard to beat the scenery along the Mississippi River that we have right here at home.
Did you check out the corn, though? That's my question.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. I check out
sweats.
the corn and beans, and absolutely. So it looked good in most places. And
did you towel it down at all? Or?
No, I didn't touch it. Some guys are already starting to chop those. Yep. So the season is upon us, and you can see that fall is starting to encroach a little bit, but it won't feel like that today from the sound of Mike's forecast.
Yep.
Let's take a look at what's going on in our farm news this morning. And before we do that, USDA officials in Washington said earlier this week they were going to expand their bird flu testing protocols to include beef. Now, those tests, mainly on meat from processed dairy cattle, will begin in mid-September. Back in May, USDA inspectors tested 109 beef samples from dairy cows and found bird flu virus particles in only one of those samples. Officials say they don't consider beef from the dairy cows that come from herds testing positive for the virus to be of concern for human consumption, but they will test random beef cuts through the end of this year. Those same officials also say they are still deciding whether or not to begin testing raw milk for traces of the bird flu virus. Wisconsin U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin is again calling on the Biden administration to do more to protect Wisconsin cheese and meat producers from the geographic indicators that European Union leaders continue to call for in product names in their trade agreements. Baldwin calls the European tactics nothing more than an unfair trade practice, quote unquote, as they continue to try to make it illegal for our products to use names like Parmesan, salami, bologna, chateau, and other such names that are accepted all over the world. In a letter to the administration, Baldwin did offer thanks for the recent U.S. Chile trade deal. It allows for sales of Wisconsin cheese and meats that use the traditional names that they have always used. The Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection has money available for 2025 farmer-led watershed protection grants. Now, the budget for next year is $1 million for that program, the same as the previous 3 years. Applicants must be groups of 5 farmers whose farms are in the same or adjacent watersheds, with each farm producing at least $6,000 in gross farm income each year. Eligible groups that can apply can receive up to $40,000. The deadline to apply is coming up. It's September 13th. There are currently 47 active farmer-led watershed protection groups across the state. And egg production across the state fell 8% last month to 201 million eggs. That coincides with an 8% drop in laying hens during July across the state. Now, total egg production across the country was down 2%, with just over 9 billion. Iowa continues to lead the nation in egg production with well over $1 billion eggs each month, and they're followed in second place by Ohio. Let's go to the market board, where markets are being affected on the Board of Trade by oil prices. And if you buy gas, you've seen the price of gas come down at the pump. Price of oil went down 98 cents yesterday to $74.55 a barrel, and it has affected the prices as we look at corn, which also was affected by some rain over the past couple of days in the Corn Belt. December corn down a fraction overnight at $3.90. The wheat down 3 to 4 cents. November soybeans, with a trade to China on the books, did go up 4 cents overnight to $9.81. Dairy markets have backed off a little bit from the highs of earlier this week. Barrel cheese prices fell 12.5 cents yesterday. Blocks down 6.5 to $2.07 a pound, and the butter price was unchanged, still a lofty $3.19 3/4 cents a pound. Class 3 futures prices near months were down. August down 3 cents at $20.61. That September price down 41 cents. October down 39 at $22.44. But they did go up again in the December price, and they're up through next spring. So that's where we are this morning. Another hot, humid day. I don't know if they got high school football games tonight, but Mike's forecast, 6 to 10 o'clock, watch out for more storms. That could be kind of fun.
Yeah, I know there are a few. I know Elk Mound is playing at home this evening, so yeah, I'm sure everyone will be weather aware. That's for sure.
Yeah, you have to be. You guys have a good one.
See you,
You
Bob.
too, Bob.
Bye-bye.